The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright.
They don't hear you until it's time to fear you. Fuck with the Pope.
See the emblem right here in the Mozzie. Right in the hood, Pittsburgh, Philly, Delaware, Jersey, Ohio. See that? Yup, right there.
I said college, most people don't want knowledge. Shorty give good brain but got dumb mileage. Hold on, bitch, she might like the Trump top. Call it fruit by the foot, got the tongue out. Better pay like you wait 1 hour. Damon, he planting seeds like a sunflower. Let me breathe it, I'll be back in 1 hour. Young, we ain't no dumb. Yeah, we got people, but we wasn't haters when we ain't had funds. We ain't had fun, coming straight from the slums. No matter what, if I'm stuck in the rut, but I'm still chasing ones. Store, but they treat me like
Ninja. Let's go, brother. Yeah, we back. I gotta show niggas the work.
Yeah, finally brought some merch this time. You know, shout out Torenchii the label, production company, record label, all of that, man. Working.
Oh shit, we in here. What's good though, bro? Shit, we already just had a
dope conversation. I can't call it, man. You know, staying out the way. Staying low key, working, you know.
Yeah, working hard, man.
We back for part 2.
Yeah, what you been having going on, bro? I've been seeing you a little everywhere doing your thing.
Yeah. I just dropped the EP called Bless Up. It's on all streaming services. I just dropped a video to that called 14 Minutes. It's the intro.
Yeah.
Got another video coming out for the next month or so. You know, I'm executive producer project. You know, shout out to Meech and Piranha. They just dropped an EP called Showtime 2. I did 3 records out the 5 records that's on there.
That's lit.
They got videos to them too on YouTube. So go check them out. Got another project in Philly that I just executive produced called Making One More by E-Pill 23. He just dropped a video called Streets to that. And I directed that. And I'm featured on the record.
Okay, word.
And he got another joint about to come out that I produced too called 1010. So it's a lot of stuff coming real soon, you feel me? We just working though.
That's work, bro. That's love.
Definitely, man.
How many artists you working with?
Right now, currently, just I'm working with the whole roster. E-Pill 23 got a label, and he got about 4 artists on there. So it's them 4. Then I'm working with the 2 that I deal with out here, Piranha and Meech, and then that's pretty much it. I'm always looking for people to work with, but I be at the same time because I'm working on multiple projects. It'd be hard for me to just.
Alright, cause bro might see this, and we just had if you see this, you know I'm talking to you. We just had a conversation. And I just told you that, you know what I mean, that this was about, the networking, the plugging in. I told you, no, I don't bullshit. I told you nice, bro. I told you nice. You hear what he just said?
Yeah.
So if you watch the other one, you saw my man, he produced. So you hear what he just said. So I'm saying, it ain't about me. I'm gonna plug you in. You build that. Cause you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my own thing anyway. You probably should, you know what I mean, develop a relationship.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? But
especially
it's here, bro. You know what I mean? It's here. Like, fuck with the Pope, bro. Like I told you, I gave you the game, bro. Fuck with the Pope, bro. Real shit.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we all, like I was saying earlier, like we gotta have somewhere like all the artists can get aware of each other and build that artist community, because from what I see from your show, man, you definitely be having a lot of rappers, producers, and these don't just be niggas that just be saying they doing stuff, they actually out here making moves. And it's like, out here for us to make an impact, it can't just be one person, because I don't feel like they gonna push any of us to the top, so we gotta push each other to the top and then pull each other once we get up. So we gotta work together, man. It's a lot of us out here. We can make something happen. Everybody got different talents that we can all bring together. Now, of course, I don't expect the whole city to be kumbaya, but you know, at least if it's something there, we can make an impact and make some noise. You feel me?
Real shit.
I keep telling, man, like right now, it's a golden opportunity, man. We in a place where, you know, we can establish something, you know, and be the first to be the trailblazers.
Shit falling. Shit falling all around us, and this where always that you get the thing. When the shit falling and you see the shit burning, and the man that's sitting there calm, you know, if you don't know what to do, maybe you get with him because at the end of the day, the man that's standing there calm while the world burning, he know the fire gonna go out and the world gonna have to be rebuilt. So he looking at the rebuilding, he looking at what's coming, and he looking at the beautiful parts. This shit wasn't working anyway. A lot of this shit ain't working anyway. The big businesses is going. So now there's new ways to do businesses. There's, you know, where you don't even have to really leave your home to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, definitely.
This shit is existing. You know what I mean? Where you can keep living your life but still have business going. These things are happening every day and the world's changing. And it's the people who so stuck and locked in that suffer. But everybody else keep it moving. You know what I mean?
Man, definitely. I mean, listen, now is the best time to become an entrepreneur. And if you don't, not everybody got
you
the passion.
You ain't gotta be, bro. You know? Too many chiefs and not enough Indians. This shit ain't in everybody, bro.
It ain't, you feel me? And some people just got, it's not necessarily being a follower, but not everybody meant to be the leader. You know, it takes a certain level of passion and dedication to become that because you gotta educate yourself. I don't care what it is that you try to do in life, whether, you know, it's rapping or whatever. If you wanna be a ball player, you gotta play ball. You know what I'm saying? You wanna rap, you gotta make music. You wanna own a business, you gotta get out there and do it. You don't have to go to college, you feel me? But you have to educate yourself. And it's gonna probably take the same amount of time anyway, you feel me?
And you just be a little more personal and shit.
Yeah, you feel me?
But that's the problem, bro. You see, like, most people is just thinking about themselves and thinking about the separation. They like wanting to be that leader, wanting to be the boss, and it's like you don't even know if that's in you. And you gonna ruin 10 people's lives behind that when you ain't even built like that. When you can, you know, add value to the team.
Yeah. You know what I
ain't
learned?
a coach.
You gotta be able to work under pressure. You wanna be a leader, you know? And one thing I learned just doing what I'm doing now is like, even when you got shit planned out a whole month, 2 months in advance, by the time you get to that day, it's always something that's gonna go wrong. You gotta know how to maneuver through that. You gotta be a problem solver, stuff like that. It's more than just being the person that's the face of something. Like you gotta really know how to handle stuff, and you know that either come through experience or educating yourself. But everybody wanna be the man. Everybody wanna be whatever, but it's like it's not easy, man. It's not.
Shit.
So people really need to humble themselves. You know, life will humble you.
Yeah, hell yeah. And people need to have, I think, to start having their own goals again.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's too much this work for him. It might like, and that's from hit the ground to all the way up. Because that's why you got so many drug dealers, and they not even hustlers. They just sell drugs, and they don't even understand what hustling is. Like, that's how the hustler become the businessman, because he know all of this is the same thing. He know he gonna be able to maneuver anywhere he go.
Right.
These niggas is drug dealers, and they only know how to do one thing. They're like a one-trick pony, so they think, and they don't be built for it, and they don't do, and like you said, the research, the learning on anything. Even if you want to be a criminal, I had law books. I used to study the under the laws of the crimes that I was committing and the people around me was committing, because I wanted to know, you know, all right, this where you go to jail, this is your so-called rights, but then you match that with the reality, police dirty and shit like that, all that, but people don't be doing this. Like, same with rap, everybody want to deal, everybody want to be rich, but they don't go look at the contracts, the fucked up shit, the complaints from the employees and shit. They don't look at none of these, they don't look at the reviews, and it's like, nah, you gotta dig in. Yeah, that shit cool on the front, but then you might be getting fucked on the back. So what's up? Like, you gotta look at these things, and people don't. Nobody does it, bro. Like, it's so annoying.
And that's what's crazy, man. Like, with me learning the business, I just, like I was telling you, really, like, that shit is like, it's a trap in a way, you feel me? Once you really learn what that money is for, what it go towards, you know, like, I was doing my research, and I seen, like I said, you could sign a deal for like $1 million. Half got to go to taxes. You got to pay your lawyer, attorney, and then that rest. Technically, you're supposed to, all that money's supposed to go towards recording your album. But because you get the check, you got to bust it down, pay taxes on it, you feel me? And then what's left, you're really supposed to be creating your album, but obviously you're going to take care of your family, take care of your mom.
Need more money.
You feel me? Yeah, and then they might not even cut you a check until you recoup so that you can get your royalties and stuff like that. They gonna own your masters. they gonna be selling your shit after you dead and gone. You feel me? It's like, it's really like a predatory
ball right now.
Yeah, so it's like if you don't really know what you're getting yourself into, you might see that money and take that, but the deal might be crazy at the end of the day. That's why they say it's better to take the road less traveled. You know what I'm saying? Think about a smaller amount of money. Get your organization, your network together before you even step foot in there. You feel me? Establish yourself.
Did you hear T-Pain?
Yeah.
Saying about the money he took from Akon and shit like that.
Yeah, he only took like, I think it was like either 12 or 20,000.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot,
like
20 something
it
compared
wasn't
to
a
a
lot,
million.
But I wouldn't mind doing that right now. If I get 20,000 from somebody, I'm not straight for the rest of the year.
You gotta be smart enough to know something like that. You gotta be smart enough to listen to somebody talk to you about the future and having a career, and somebody telling you, listen, right now.
You know what's crazy though? Like the truth about that is though, if I got somebody like Akon sitting down in front of me, if you giving me that amount of money, I know that ain't a lot of money to make back. And then on top of that, I'm thinking about the resources you have, the connections you have, and if I'm not taking nothing crazy, I can negotiate a little bit more. You feel me?
I owe you shit. I pay you back. I pay you this back over show or two.
Yeah, you feel
like
me?
What?
Yeah, and if you believe me enough to give me an opportunity and it's not something predatory, I'm definitely willing to, you feel me, work with somebody that's gonna give me less than somebody that's gonna give me more. Because people understand that these labels is really just like a bank. You feel me?
It's a loan, bro, and it's the most fucked up, trashy loan ever. Like, you never see these type of loans nowhere but music. Like, all you giving me is a loan. You don't know nothing about this. You don't rap. None of this shit exists in your world except making money. No.
Man, they got clauses in that joint where, like, you could get them a certain, they might want 10 songs per album. You gotta give them 3 albums, but they have to choose the songs that they want on the album. So you can give them 100 songs and they not like none of them.
Yeah,
and don't put your shit out until they get what they feel is good enough, or you need a hit record that can be played on the radio, and they don't drop your album until you get one of them. And it's like, then you gotta drop mixtapes to get hot, but you don't get paid for them because they not albums.
You gotta
like,
do shows and beat yourself up with shows and be away from your family and shit.
Can't even do shows now because of COVID. So
yeah, and you're not in control. So I'd rather be in control and to know what I want. I never really wanted to have any big ass shows. I wanted intimate crowds that wasn't crazy because my music is that way.
Yeah, I feel like if I get in the game, bro, I'm not gonna be doing no club tours. Like, I'm gonna set up tours at venues. That's the reason why all these rappers be getting killed, because they be going to these clubs and shit where you got all types of people. You feel me? Yeah, like, how about you feel me? Even if you only had 500 people come, that's still people that's there to see you. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that's gonna spend money with you.
Merch. Yeah. You bring some merch with you.
Yeah, and the more intimate the crowd, you can go out there and talk to people and the third man. And it's easier to make an impact in their life, and they gonna be the ones that's gonna stick with you a long time and grow with you. You feel me?
Yeah. Then you can from this, you can actually really kick it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You ain't gotta really, because all that shit, you ain't gonna get to really have nothing. You might could kick it a little bit. Yo, what's going on? Why? Like, shake some hands for real. And, you know what I mean? No. Touch the fucking people, bro. Like
yeah. A lot of these artists
they sell their shit. They ain't even artists, bro. They like fucking rappers and entertainers and shit like that. But artists, they far from it. Yeah. Because we have art if they was artists. Yeah. We have some dope shit. I respect the artists.
Nah, that's what I feel like I am. But I'm taking my time though with just putting out music, because I'm thinking about impact. You feel me? A lot of times people just drop stuff to be consistent, but I don't feel like you gotta drop a whole lot of stuff if you got something with good quality. You look at somebody like a Cole or a Drake, they can afford to go a year or two without putting stuff out, because when they do release something, it's something that lasts for a certain amount of time. Yeah. And that's really why I'm taking my time. I just really wanted to get some stuff out there now, just because I feel like when things catch with this individual that I'm working with, people are going to inquire about who I am, you know what I'm saying? Because I make sure that I'm credited for everything that I contribute to. And it's not just music, it's even stuff about branding, just everything. Like, it's almost like I'm a business consultant, you feel me? Like, I'm the person that's going to say, oh, maybe you should try this strategy or try that, you feel me? And I know that that's going to bring opportunity my way, but I don't want to be lost in the sauce as far as like, oh, they try to find out who I am and they just think I'm a producer or whatever, man. I got in this game because I like to make music, but I don't want no crazy long career in music. I want to do like 2 albums. You feel me? Change the sound of shit if I can. Then I want to move on.
I feel like the average artist probably got 3 dope albums. And if you go beyond 3 dope albums, that first 3 dope albums, that's what make you great.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? You can get in the game and you can be stamped. You'll be counted amongst the artists. But when you go past that 3 albums, and you really like when you got 10 albums and 7 of them shit's really, really crazy, and the other 3 is like, nah, fuck with them. 2, like none of them whack. That type of shit crazy.
Nah, that is crazy, and I feel like I had the potential to do that, but like I always say, man, my mind thinking bigger than the music shit. Like right now, this was working for me. I have a passion for it, so I'm gonna still be in it, but maybe behind the scenes, you feel me? But there's so much other stuff that I want to do. Like with this Torenchii thing, it ain't just a record label or a production company. Like I want to do short films. Shit, I want to get into doing interviews, having podcasts, have like an actual network, go and do documentaries. Like even out here, like how dope would it be if we had a cameraman go around and just interview artists and catch them in the studio, just get their backstory. People sit down and watch that shit. People are interested in that type of stuff, you feel me?
Shit.
And I want to produce stuff like that, you feel me? I be watching,
That's basically MTV, you know, creating your own whole thing, you know what I mean? That's what I want to do, like.
Yeah, I want to write a book, everything, bro. And I feel like a lot of times with these artists, man, like, labels be knowing what they be doing when they be finding these people. They try to find people intentionally that are one-trick ponies that they know can only make money doing music, because once you start being able to make money doing other shit, you don't need them no more. You feel me? And so, for me, I'm always thinking about what else I can do to make money. I'm blessed enough to have multiple talents in multiple areas.
Real shit.
So, for me, I just be thinking about like, yo, what else can I do? And the more that I can do, the more I can do for other people, the more jobs can be created, shit, etc. So,
and that's what it's about, bro.
Yeah.
And plus, just like letting people know, man, being yourself. You don't gotta throw on no personality with the outfit. You know what I mean? Like people get all that shit and then they different, and you don't really gotta be different, bro. Like you can be yourself, and that's those people who be themselves is the people that everybody fall in love with.
Yeah, you know, that's why I like doing these interviews, bro. Like I be wanting people to like, you know what I realized in life, like just being around people, when there's a lot of people around, I don't talk. But when it's one-on-one, I can have a full-blown conversation. I don't like having small talk, you feel me? Where like
wasting words.
Yeah, you feel me?
Just for no reason.
Opportunities like this give me an opportunity to really express myself and show people who I truly am, you feel me? Because I'm not somebody that, you know, says a lot on social media. And even when I do post on social media, it's very vague. And it's just, a lot of times, I don't even post captions. I just post something that I read in the book and just put it with a picture, because I don't want to just say nothing, just random. You feel me?
Real shit.
So it's opportunities like this, I get to, like, you know, talk and show people that I'm not some nigga that's trying to be a street nigga or nothing like that. I'm educated, well-spoken and stuff like that. You feel me? And I feel like all artists, if anybody that's out here that's doing music, y'all should be trying to get on this platform, man. And, you know, and talk, but when you do talk and you get on this platform, make sure y'all saying something that is going to mean something, help somebody. You know what I mean? You know, not that I'm not knocking people that just have a conversation, but
yeah, no, it's cool. Like I like all of it, bro, because this is how humanity exists. So just through this, I get to be around humanity and off camera, just going around town and talking to people, and then people hitting me up sometimes to just come through or just meet up to have conversations. Shit like that be cool, like, cause I get to really be around humanity. I get to be around what exists, not the news, not none of that. I get to be around what actually exists without judgment or none of that bullshit. Just listen to the world, and that's how the world sounds. And you don't have to add to it, because that's reality. This is what it is. And even though you know that their reality is part of an illusion, you still listen, and you slowly try to pull them out of that. So that's through this, and just like you said, man, being of value, man, like helping, like and even my come up doing this music, like writing and just developing myself for so long, with being distracted by other stuff and being able to tell people that, so all right, you could go, don't be distracted, certain shit like that, man. Yeah. But I did want to ask, cause you been like moving around, like how it's been traveling around and what you been seeing, like traveling around. What's the world been like? How your world expanded just traveling and moving around?
Honestly, man, lately I've been seeing like the effects of this politics shit for real. Like I was saying earlier, I was just in Ohio, man, and I was in the wheel with my friends. We was riding, going to the mall or whatever. And no lie, it was like a parade, or I guess it was like supposed to be a protest, but it was like, I want to say like 20 trucks, like pickup trucks with Trump stuff on it. You feel me? Riding around honking their horns, and I'm sitting around. It's like everywhere I go, you can see like people picking a side. You feel me?
Attention.
And they don't really realize that it's like, they dividing the people at the bottom against each other to cause situations that happen that the people at the top can now use to pass laws and stuff like that. They using y'all the pawns, man. But other than that, outside of politics, man, I just been peeping how different places is locked down a little bit more than others, so it's hard to move around and do certain things. But everybody outside, man, I really don't go too many places. Majority of the time I'm either in Pittsburgh, Philly, Delaware, maybe Jersey sometimes. But I went to Ohio because my folks shoot videos and do photography, and I just wanted to build with him while I was out there. But for me, I'm really like, when I go places, I go strictly for business. Like I don't go down there to hang out with niggas unless we, get up after we done working. But I'm either at the studio, photo shoot, video shoot, or somewhere building relationships. I ain't really just out hanging out, you feel me?
Yeah, real shit.
So like for me, I feel like that's really, for me, that's what's important for what I'm trying to do. I gotta know people, man, because I learned just doing my research, you can't do it by yourself, man. You don't necessarily have to have a team, but you gotta know somebody that knows somebody. Yeah. And what you know is what's gonna determine how long you stay in that position once you get there, you feel me? So that's really what I'm doing.
What changes you think you could make to the game, or what you think you could add? What you see? Well, first, what you see in the game though, like right now, that need change, I think to be expanded or grown.
Right now in the game, man, the main thing that I'm seeing right now, we gotta start like as artists, when we like get in the game, we gotta negotiate. I mean, maybe they leave it on you to do it, but you gotta have some type of life insurance policies in for these artists, you feel me? Because these dudes is getting killed and they family not benefiting from it. Not that they should benefit from somebody's death, but if you did all that work to put yourself in a position and then you just take it away, and it's like, what was it for, you feel me? I think that
still get money.
I think that a lot of people, even us black people, when we start these labels, we taking advantage of each other. You feel me? We finding somebody else like us that don't know nothing and putting them in a fucked up contract so that we can make money off them. And then if the cycle continues, once they get a little bit more established, they get their own little label and they sign people and take advantage of them. Me, I'm gonna have the fairest deals I can possibly have. It's literally gonna be 50-50, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And maybe they should own all their shit, but I don't believe that if you paying for everybody's shit, that you should get nothing out of it at the same time. But I feel like there's a fair way to where they can have some ownership and be able to feed their family from what they created, you feel me? But music-wise, for me, I try to be open-minded. And even if I don't understand it, or if I'm not a fan of it, I try to see what it is that, make the people gravitate towards it. And sometimes it's really just it being something so crazy or so different that it's like you might hear a song that sounds so dumb that you make fun of it, but then you go and show your people, like, man, listen to this bullshit. And then they laugh, and then you go share their people, like, yo, listen to this bullshit. And then they laugh, but then that's marketing that joint. Free marketing, you feel me? So it's like I try to find how can I take something like that and apply that to my situation or to somebody I deal with, because the truth of the matter is that this is a business. The music is the product, but everything else around us is business related. So for me, I've been just reading books. I got this book right now by Ari Hurston, and the book is called I think it's called Learning the Music Business, or How the Music Business Works, or something like that. But literally everything that you need to know is in there, and everything that I've read, I've been applying that with my folks, EPO 23. Like it's like I'll take stuff out the book and be like, yo, try this, you feel me? And I'll show him the way to navigate with it, and he'll do it and put it in motion, and I'm seeing how it's working for him, you feel me? I'm not in a position yet where I have artists under me that I can just, you know, do that.
Yeah.
But we work alongside each other as well, you feel me? And it's been working, you feel me? I really don't know if I can change the whole entire game, cause you know it's already a system set in place. But I want to be somebody that when I get in the game, that everybody can say that in some type of way I helped them out, or just me being a good person.
The change is happening, man. Like shit, like the United Masters and Reverb and just little shit like that. Little shit happening. And that's good for like the artists who come up and shit like that. I mean, me personally, I feel all that, and I respect all that. But I do have my own vision, and I got my own mind. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want what everybody else want. Like, I'm not interested in a lot of things. So most people break out of themselves for money. Most people do things for money. And when you got like, you know, even just all of that in your head, man, it's cool because you can say no, because it's certain things, like it's not me going away for 3 months and no goofy shit. Like, it'll never be that. It's not none of that for me. I know I got my own lane, my own vision and shit. And it's all of this though. Like, it's making sure that people get seen, man. Like, to tell the other side of this shit.
Yeah, man.
Cause it's bad. Like, I get to see them, and nobody really. They don't see these youngins. Nobody actually sees them, and I hate that shit that nobody sees them. It's either they against them, or they with them supporting the wrong shit. And it's like, nah. See what they really saying. Look at the pain part of the shit. Look at the other part. Look at the part that they telling you and that's screaming to you and telling you some shit. Your world, you listen to a mixtape, an album, and from top to bottom, it's negative. Yeah. Now you put out another one, it's negative. Ain't no positivity in it. This young man's mind. This his world. This what he telling you. So at some point, you gotta add something else to it.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, a lot of people feel like they can't, or they don't want to go and, you know, talk to these young boys and like try to just see what's going on. And maybe these young dudes don't want to talk to nobody. Ain't nobody talk to them. But I feel like, you know, there's certain artists out there we could look at from the outside going in, or you could look at a post and click the comments and see that everybody recognizes that this person is dealing with something. You feel me? And it's like, who is there to talk to them? You feel me? Like, I don't even like traveling with packs, because it's almost like your friends be yes men by default. Even when you tell them not to be, they just it's like they gonna do it. So I don't really fuck with a lot of people. Not because I have issues with people, but just because I want, if you gonna be around me, tell me the truth. You feel me? Tell me that I'm bugging. You feel me? And these artists, not even just the young dudes, just artists and people in general. If you got some type of status and you can provide an opportunity, like, people will let you do whatever, even if it's a detriment to yourself.
And you shouldn't do whatever. And that's the bad thing. People don't realize that. That is something that I learned a long time ago. Is that's something you do to your enemy. And that's a fucked up thing that people don't know these things. Yeah. When you see that's you inflate his ego. You know it's gonna pop. Yeah. Even if you know you the one sharpening the needle. But then you got the 48 law, so you never get your hands dirty. So you pass the needle, or you put the needle on the ground where everybody can see it. And then when the sun shines, you shining, and then boom, somebody see the needle. And shit like that. That's a strategy. These are strategies that they use against us. And they use it against us every time. They inflate our egos. They let us do what we want. And then it's like the culture changed, the society changed, and now you're wrong. And now everything you was right for them, they laughed about it, they loved you for it's wrong, because they shift the culture on you. And now you here, and they here, and nah, he gotta go because he ain't in line with the culture no more, and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, man.
But it's not their culture. It's not their culture. That's the real problem I have. It's not their culture. It's our culture.
Yeah, but They already done infiltrated it now. You feel me? It don't matter what you do. It can be pure in the beginning, but once it gains some traction, it's gonna be somebody take that check and now they got it.
Yeah, that's why I like my man. What's his name? Toby. I don't know how to say his last name. I don't want to fuck it up. But
He a rapper?
He the one. Try
Black?
Jesus, try Jesus, not me, cause I throw hands, cause I fight. Yeah.
I gotta check him
Independent. Yeah, doing his thing, bro. Like make his music. He ain't step out. He ain't do nothing extra. He make his music. Got his wife with him. Got his peoples with him. They do their own thing. It's a whole vibe that don't exist only with them, and that's lovely, bro.
Nah, that's dope.
That's the shit.
I mean, that's really where this is going now. It's the independent thing. I mean, when you really think about it, you do need some type of money. If you in the streets and you got money already, you kind of good. But that's really what you need. You just need money for marketing, getting your stuff out there. But there's so many ways to make money now that you don't even really need a label. If anything, the label's gonna give you the fame part. But sometimes, you feel me, having money and having fame is not a good combination.
Hell no, especially if your mind ain't right, man.
Yeah, or then that's why, then you wonder why niggas be getting killed, because niggas be knowing that you be having something, they either want to take it,
or kill yourself.
They just don't want to see you with it. I remember I was watching this interview with Mano, and he was talking about people see you rise, man, they hate you so much for that they top priority, instead of getting themselves together, is to kill you. They'll put more effort into killing you than fixing their own situation, and it's the truth, man. Like, people really, it's crazy, and it's just crazy. Like, when we
cause you know, man,
look back at like life. I know they say like slavery happened years ago and stuff like that, but all of that stuff trickled down into our generation, from us hating each other to whatever. Like, even
you see the next man get it, he a house nigga and all that type shit.
It's sad, man. So. I don't know, man.
But here's the thing for me, man. When you invest in it, and you play the game, and you get into it, and people, and I'll tell you, I limit my conversations now to if you react on these environments, but people want to have deep conversations about the illusion. Now, I know a lot of people don't understand that type of shit, but it's a fucking illusion. It's a game.
Yeah.
And we don't have to play it. It's all of us investing in something somebody else gave us. Now, here's the facts. The same thing that apply to life, right? Regular life, individual life. You have to forgive, letting go of your past and shit, not clinging to a future, living in the now. That applies to humanity. Humanity got to let go of the past. The past will give us prejudice. The past will give us reason. There is no real reason but the past, but what was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And forgiveness, and getting to the point of forgiveness where there's nothing to forgive, because as long as there's something to forgive, you remember the trespass.
Yeah.
So it's these things, getting rid of the illusion that there's a difference in any of us. Yeah, there's difference when you grow up in this environment. The same white kid that's this way in the suburbs, let him grow up in the hood, he'll be like the rest of us. Yeah. That's a fact. Go to Philly, go to New Jersey. We know this, y'all don't. Or y'all pretend, I don't know. But this is the reality. Environment does it. It's environment, it's spirit. It's your nature. See, this the black sheep. Because it don't matter too, beyond that. Your fucking environment don't matter. Because that's what the black sheep is. He's the one who outgrew his environment. He's the one they don't understand. He understands them because he knows that it's all shit. It's crap. The hood is crap. It's shit. It's a bunch of low fucking mind states. It's people living in poverty here, not out here. You don't live in poverty in this world. None of us do in America. America is rich. There's homeless people in America right now live better than people in China who work full-time jobs. That's a fact. And these people bullshit. I don't bullshit. You live in low-income housing. Yeah, maybe you get paid enough for your life, for the life that exists right now. You good. So with this extra time, what are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna plan? Are you gonna add purpose? Are you gonna add spirit? What are you gonna add? What value? Or are you gonna look outside yourself to build yourself? These the things that's the problem. And nobody ever get filled up because they build all this. They build their fucking kingdom on earth and they never get here. And then when it's over, there's nothing. Their kingdom is here. So they stay on earth clinging to that kingdom, even in their spirit form.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the thing. To think beyond this life is to have life beyond this life. So this is what the teacher came to say. When he say, I offer you life, I came to bring you life. Because life beyond life, to show you, when you die, you don't have to die. This is his whole message. When you die, you don't die. No matter what you believe or think, when you die, you're not gonna die. None of us will. So what do you want when you die? You gotta work on that now. In every moment, these choices. It don't matter, you can play tennis. Nobody says you have to pull away from the world, but then you play tennis for God. And you play tennis like God, and it shows in everything you do. And you don't cling to the money or this or that. You just playing because you love it, and all that comes. You know, this is the thing, bro. And people so fucked up in the illusion. You don't build in the illusion. The illusion is dying. That's what's dying. Not the world. The earth is gonna be here, but that false world is dying, and people scared because they so fucking used to it.
Yeah, you know. I think that everything that happened this year was a good eye opener for people to realize, like, yo, there's more to life than, you know, all this other shit that we see. That's why, you know, that lockdown stuff was good for us. You feel me? It gave us time to really just sit down and appreciate the people that's around us, appreciate the time that we spend together. Like, you know, prior to me going back to work and everything starting to open back up when we was locked down. Once we started going back to work, I started to realize, like, damn, like, we really don't be spending a lot of time around each other. Like, even for me to have a relationship or a connection with my parents, like, not my parents, my kids, I gotta be there, you feel me? And, like, it was a point in time where, like, where's that now? Like, I'll be at work, they be at school, I'm at home. They come home, I'm at work. When I get home, they sleep. And it's like, damn, like, it's really no time to really sit there and conversate or build or nothing like that. So I feel like, you know, we had an opportunity to really see ourselves, you know, get things in order, realize what's important because, you know, once everything was shut down, you couldn't buy the clothes, you couldn't buy all the unnecessary stuff. So you had to really focus on what you needed. And then when you only focused on what you needed, you realize that you had more than enough, you feel me?
Yeah.
But then once, you know, things open up and you want to go out to the movies or go out on a date or buy this or buy that,
into the world.
then it's almost like, damn, I don't got enough. But in reality, you do. And I think people really need to start appreciating what they actually have, because there's people out here that, you know, once everything shut down, you feel me? There's people out here that didn't even have a house to stay in, you feel me? Didn't even have a family around them, none of that shit. So,
yeah, man.
You know, I feel like people really gotta realize what's going on. Like, all the stuff that they see, that we see, is, you know, I feel like all the stuff that happened is almost like on purpose, you feel me?
It is, man. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. You get to the place, man, when you sit on, where it's all beautiful. You know, it's all one thing. It's all one thing, bro. You know, you getting cancer and you overcoming that, or whatever, or you dying, and the next person from you dying learning how to cure it, or learning how to avoid it, or learning how to, you know, fight it in yourself, or whatever. All that's one thing. Everything, all the progress is one thing. Life is one thing, is what I'm saying. So this thing, I said in the beginning of the year, and what I want to say about being a parent is beautiful, but one thing we all got to realize is that for me, and I'm saying my path is learning this, they not ours, because we get to that point where we know we don't belong to nobody, and your parents can't call you and tell you what to do and no dumb shit like that. They can offer advice and shit, so you know they not yours. And then you here to guard them and you here to get to know them, not necessarily putting nothing in them, but let them bring it out, because they already got some. And it's about the quality and not the quantity, but the quality. So when they all around you, they get something. 10 minutes with somebody, pure attention, pure quality, you actually looking and listening and being there with them and y'all being in that bubble. Quality. That's better than spending the whole day with each other. You on your phone, you reading a book, they on the phone. All that shit is senseless. Even in a relationship is not about a bunch of time. Time is not even real. The value is so beautiful when you sit with somebody and you really listen and just just listen and let their spirit go, and that's just beautiful parts. The 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, all of that, instead of the all day or some shit that ain't about nothing, that don't mean nothing. That happened a lot. And then this COVID shit, just 2020 period. For me, I had realized that this was a change. 2020, just the double numbers for me just meant something. Me being into a different thing. So I knew something was happening. I didn't put it all together in the beginning, honestly, but I saw it the November, December, the COVID and all this shit in China, and wherever it was happening at. I saw all that going on. But my only thing and my only attention went to it because I was wondering, how come nobody prayed for them? And I knew it was because nobody told them to, as far as the social media, to pray for Francis and all that dumb shit. Yeah. Let's pray for everybody. So I realized, okay, separation exists, so you don't really know God. Your prayers fall on deaf ears because your prayers are selfish. So your prayers don't even go nowhere. They don't even leave here, so you can't even, that's selfish. Then, as all this happened and played out, my life didn't change at all, to be honest with you, because I'm not involved in the world as intimately and as deeply as most people are. Mm. So mine didn't change, but I tapped into the energy of this world. This was so beautiful to tell you, to give you a chance to alter your path as humans, and to give you a real chance to see what was not important, to see that you consume in the world and that there will be nothing left for you or your children or your grandchildren. You consume in the world, to say that nothing you have going on matters. So to tell you that your schooling means nothing, to tell you that your malls, your shops, none of that means anything, to tell you that your jobs are garbage because they don't add value to humanity or to this planet, to tell you that your music is shit, to tell you that your shows mean nothing, they don't bring people together, to tell you these things. These are the metaphors that this planet is giving you, to give you a chance to just use the words of religion to say, for humanity to repent, for humanity to offer themselves up and take on a different path. But they're trying to return back to the world quickly. They're trying to figure out how we can go back. There is no back. So if you cling to even the past, even last year, if you cling to that, you are clinging to death. And they don't understand that. So they want back into the world. So these are choices that we're making. Now, God in the universe, or whatever we want to call it, don't punish us. Free will is real. Seek and ye will find. This is what we seek, and we want power in this world. So when this world is no more, where's your power? There's only one power. You don't connect with that power, you leave your world that you built. When that's gone, then your illusion is gone. And the reality is not there. You need reality. And as human beings, as a human race, we are making a choice, and they are watching and listening to our choice. We choosing the world. We have chosen the world. And when that happens, there will be beautiful people who will go. We will not pay for the rest of the world. This is not a payment. This is not a punishment or anything. You get what you ask for. There will be those beautiful people that leave, but they will have to watch their brothers and their family suffer so much because they will have nothing when they don't have this body. Right. And as I watch this and it continues, and I watch them play the politics game and all of this, and it means nothing, but you just watch how it plays out. Joe's about to represent your fear. Correct. See, first you wanted, you had this man come and kind of open the doors up for so many ill behaviors. I'm talking about Obama to green light so many ill behaviors and to open up the world to do whatever they wanted. And then you had Trump to give it its arrogance, to give it its, all right, this is what you want. And these people showing you the world, this is what it's doing. And then you got Joe who's going to represent your fear. Trump scared you. Your arrogance scared you. So now Joe comes. Joe's going to represent your fear. He's going to lock the world down. He's going to represent your fear in a real way, in a different way. And maybe you'll rebel and you'll help burn your world down. But either way, you get what you ask for. You're going to burn your world down. People build their world and get scared. They get everything they ask for. This is what happens even in the streets and even in fame. You get everything you asked for and you thought that you was going to be complete. And you're wondering what you still missing. And you don't know what you're still missing. So, all right, the money didn't do it. And you go to the drugs, and you go to the women or the men, and you do both or whatever. And it's all this shit. And maybe you do get into sacrificing and all this shit. You trying to figure it out. You trying to find it out. I forgive you. The world forgives you. We all forgive you. You don't know what you're doing. And you running. And you keep running. But it's only one place it's going to be at. And it's here, in the now, in this moment. Realizing that this is all beautiful, bro. I'm telling you. But we don't have that much time. There's been cycles on this planet. And 25,000 year cycles and different type of cycles. And we're coming up on one. Where Atlantis was destroyed almost 25,000, 30,000, 40,000 years ago. And the survivors of Atlantis, we are their children. Humanity today are their children. So this is what the Bible is talking about in myth and metaphor and Genesis. We are their survivors. Now there was a particular people who held the message of God. There was the red man. He went to America. There was the yellow man. You know where he went. There was the brown man. These are the Indians and shit like that. There was the black man. We know where he went. And there was these other people. They were a mixed race of human beings, but they were copper-colored, brown people. They looked like the Indians, but they resided near the Nile. They floated. They weren't in one place because they wasn't worldly people and they were meant to maintain the message of God. Right. You see what I'm saying? But they went to Ham was what it was called back in the day. So India produced a man named Abram, and Abram got taught by something or someone named, they call him a Melchizedek. And he taught this man Abram. So when Abram goes to Africa, which is Ham at the time, he becomes Abraham. So he teaches the people of Ham. And they find their way. And the covenant with God is not necessarily covenant, it's the spiritual path. It's the same as Jesus said, your will be done. That's the covenant. You give up your life for God's because that's all that it is. So he teaches these people, but these people lose their way. So then along the way, you get different teachers, but then Moses comes. He's one of them. Now, Moses is a copper-colored man, and at the time, Egypt is being ran by people that don't look like him. Now, I don't like to go too deep in the color, so either they were the yellow men of the world, or either they were the true black men of the world, because Egypt practiced true prejudice. If you weren't of a certain complexion, if you wasn't really black, dark-skinned, you wasn't getting in. They practiced true prejudice. Right. And the dynasties kept changing throughout time. But these people were lost to the world. They wasn't warriors. They were never meant to be. And these people were lost to the world. So then one of them being born and somehow getting over all these gods and all this miraculous shit happened. He's born in Egypt in one of these dynasties, but he could never be king because of his copper color. Right. So he finds out who he is, and he goes back to teach his people who they are, and he gives them not laws, but he gives them reminders. Now he didn't write these down. These are the Israelites, the Hebrews, the Oralites. They only practice oral traditions. So he goes to Pharaoh and says he want to take his people away, and Pharaoh says that's fine. He helps him. He helps him. He gets him out of it, but he tells him you got to do it quick. I'm dying. Or I don't know what's going on, but a regime change is coming. And when that regime change happens, it's going to be smoke for you. So he gets his people out of there and he teaches them. Now these people have been in the world. Now the path for the people of God is a vegetarian path. The path for the people of God is the path of peace. They're not warriors. They don't have kings. They don't get into politics. So another people follow them out because they know that Egypt is burning.
Right.
So these people, another mixed race of people, follow them out. They go by different names. Moses separates them. These are my people. These are the people of the law. He gives them laws. He gives them. And they write them down. They become the people of written tradition. But these people are not to mingle or mix with these people. And these people are to follow a strict vegetarian diet so the voice of God can come on them. Not because there's requirements, but at a time, for certain temples, the thing happens where cleanliness is godliness. God don't want to reside in that type of temple. So he teaches these people. And these people, even today, they are the people of the bird. They love the chicken.
Right.
So they bunch of birds land, they kill them, they eat them, and a bunch of them die. So Moses tells them and tries to reiterate and sets up people to be leaders. He dies, they get lost again. So prophets come. They're still Hebrews. They're still true Hebrews and Israelites amongst the people. So they are the ones throughout this old book that's reminding the people who they are. The Isaiahs, the Hoseas, and the Samuels. They reminding the people and they telling them, hey, it's not over. One is going to come to restore you. One will come to restore you. It's not over. Clean yourselves up. Read it, and you'll see these men telling you over and over. These ain't the same time periods. These are different time periods, different regimes. It's almost illegal to be a Hebrew, as it is today.
Right.
You see? So these people come and they telling them one gonna come to restore you, and he comes, and he restores them. This is why he goes to the Gentiles, the poor man, the drunks, the prostitutes. Who do you think they were?
Right.
You see?
Yeah.
So he goes to them because he know that these are the people of the tradition and the ceremony and of the book. He know they're not the true Hebrews, but he don't say that because now he's telling you, he's revealing a new time. There are no more demons. He's gotten rid of the devil. He's telling you that right now you your own worst enemy and that God has chosen humanity, not just these one people. But these one people still have a job. So he tells these one people that. And then that man dies. But before he dies, he leaves them something. But he's an oralite. He never wrote nothing down.
Right.
You see? So the religion comes after he dies, 200 years, 50 years after he dies, because he's an oralite. He looks like this.
Right.
You see? He's a man who you never hear about stopping brushing his hair. So if you a man who's of this complexion, and who they say your hair is tough as wool, what happens to your hair? It locks. You see? So you talking about a natural man, a vegetarian man. Talking about a true man of God. They don't want you to know these things. So you have the people of the tradition for the last almost so long it's not even worth saying. Even today they own the music industry. So they invest in the Hebrew. They invest in his demise. They invest in his false image because they don't want to see him clean. Right. Because they don't want the world to know who he is. So I'm going to be the movie producer. I'm going to do the music. I'm going to be the nigga that run the athletic show. I'm going to run all this because I'm going to produce your image.
Right.
And I'm going to produce my image. So long as they don't know who you is, they'll never know who I am. And they'll kill everybody who knows who they was to do it. Now, some men have been compromised, and that's well. What I said earlier was a part of this conversation. I don't want nothing from this world. So if I take nothing, then it's well. So I walk light. They don't want you to know who you are, because once you know that, a different world happens. You don't have to fight anybody. You're not a warrior. You tried that. That's what they don't understand. Voting won't do it. You're not a political man. You've tried that. You have to go to the source, your father. You got to go to the one who created you. And when you do that, you will be restored. You read the book in that fashion, and you'll see them trying to restore the people of God and restore humanity. That's what you see. That's all that book is about. Now the histories, the wars, the names, it's all silly shit. The colors, the bullshit is silly shit. Until you want to know certain parts and you see where certain people came into humanity and came into their power. But other than that, the people ought to be restored. Because the end, not in the fashion that we think it is, not in that religious sense, but the end to where there will be no more time to give you to choose. Your choice is made by your actions. You see?
Right.
And these books are being revealed. There was a time you couldn't own the Bible. You would have to go to a school for 10 years to learn this Bible. You would have to go 20 years to learn the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gitas. But now the time has come. The age of enlightenment. Man is to know all. He is to understand all. He is to understand exactly who he is like nobody has ever done. And when he do that, he cures himself and he rises. Because right now the dead walk amongst us. Nobody leaves. The bullshit, I heard the girl say, and I don't even want to say her name, that the young man is in heaven. No. The young man is here. He come to the earth. My homeboys are here. They come to the earth. They are amongst me. I try to free them all the time. Some of my people are in so much darkness. They can't even hear. They can't even hear God. They can't hear an angel. They've committed suicide. You close yourself in darkness. These things are happening. The dead walk amongst us, bro. And it's going to get so dense at a point, people going to see them. They're going to see shadows, but they'll see them.
Right.
You know, we coming to a different time, bro. So to be sitting with you, to be sitting with certain people and to have conversations and to know that that shit exists in them, that they know just by the way they operate, because can't have a conversation with you without having without you know including the world, without including the people in your life. So that's important. So many people I and I don't work. Yeah. You know what I mean? I is dead. There is no more I's. There's us. There's unity. And without unity, we die. It's just the way it is.
No, that's the truth, man. You know, that's the truth. That's deep. You feel me? That's deep, but that's a fact. You feel me? That's why I try to read and learn about shit all the time. You feel me? Just thinking outside the box. You know, it's a reason for everything. You know, even if something as simple as and I'm still trying to learn. Like I know myself, but I'm still trying to figure out more so who I am exactly too, you feel me? Because I don't think I've reached that point yet, you know.
Nah, man, you know that you do. Just look. All you gotta do is look. You just gotta look from somebody else's eyes. You just step back. Right? We that's why I say we won. So you don't know who you are. The universe didn't know who it was. It created human beings. Yeah. And now we sit here and try to figure it out. So through us, the universe getting to know itself. God is getting to know itself through us. Right. In every moment. So when we don't give that attention to God, we denying God that attention. Yeah. That's one. You want to get to know yourself. So then your brother comes and he tell you who you are. He tell you you're an entrepreneur. He tell you that. He tell you that you're a leader. He tell you that you're a man of God. He tell you that he see that in you, and you just let them tell you, and you be humble and you keep your own counsel, but you let the world tell you, and they'll tell you, individuals, nah, bro, word, you smart as shit. Yo, you be on your shit. They'll tell you these things, and you know what they mean. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, I appreciate that. I mean, I think about that too. Even just, you know, like new shit now that, you know, I find myself, you know, thinking about it, dwelling in. I try to even go learn about that. Like I found out it's this thing that I suffer from. It's a certain type of anxiety. I don't suffer from it. I mean, I still suffer from it, but it don't affect me the same way now because I learned what it was. I identified it. So it was this thing called the fear of death. You feel me? It's called like thanatophobia or something like that. And it came from a situation where like I was like, it was a real close to death situation to where like I knew this and dudes was trying to do something to me. And I was able to like handle the situation for when I had to put my pride to the side and actually talk to the individual instead of staying stubborn. I don't know if it was necessarily something that was settled, but it alleviated the whole situation. Yeah. But the trauma from that and just knowing all that shit, it's had me paranoid. But it wasn't like a regular thing where I could just be sitting and be like sober. I wouldn't think about death or nothing like that. I noticed that when I got high, and specifically at night, all these thoughts about death.
Some extra shit,
yeah, and it's like I be sitting there thinking like, damn, you feel me? Like I don't want to die, so I'm trying to stop thinking about this shit because I feel like when you think about it too much, it can make your reality that, you feel me? But at the same time, I know that I'm not thinking about it because I wanted or want this to happen. It's just something that I just
lingering,
yeah,
man. That's
so
some lingering thoughts, man.
Yeah, so I just, I do my due diligence. Even when it's just me, whether it's whatever, I just be like, well, why do I do this? So I go and look it up and read about it, you feel me? And that's when I start to learn, okay, you feel me? All right, I see what's going on. It came from this, that, and the third. And I'm not trying to self-diagnose myself, but...
No, you do. I just read a joint, right? It said, if you're not your own doctor, you're a fool. And that was real. I'm telling you, bro, you get to a point, your body will tell you, man. Yeah. Your body talk to you. You can trust that, bro.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And it's kind of crazy because, like, I feel like now when I see other people, I start to, I don't try to diagnose them, but I try to look up and learn about what it is and why it makes people certain ways. But, you know, just even with that, just me knowing myself, even being in certain situations where I thought I had, like, a belief system, and I'm not talking about even in religion, just, you know, from society, like, when you grow up and stuff like that, you think a certain way until you get put in environments where you have to think differently. And I feel like I say, I always feel like my path is, you know, to something great. And I feel like the stuff that I've been through that changed my way, it changed it for a reason, because I couldn't be in a certain position to be in a certain place in life and thinking the way that I was thinking before, or I would fuck it all up, you feel me?
That's real.
I used to, like, and I don't understand it until later on down the line. Like, I was doing music for a while, and I remember I was like 25. We was working on this project. We was gonna put it out. We thought we was gonna blow, and it didn't happen. You feel me? But you know, for me, it didn't make me want to stop. It just made me want to work harder. But as time went on, and I learned more stuff, I look back like, yo, if I had got in position at that age, I would have definitely fucked shit up, and I probably wouldn't be there right now.
I'll be thinking like that, bro. That's exactly what I'll be thinking to myself. I swear, bro.
That's a fact. And
like,
it's
being irresponsible.
You can't control your emotions. You don't know when to shut up. Just a bunch of shit that you don't.
You got money and shit.
Yeah, you feel me?
Man, listen.
Even money, like, man, like, I'm still trying to manage my finances the right way. I'm not blowing it on dumb shit, but I'm still not all the way there to where, you feel me? And maybe I am. If I had more money, I could get everything situated and know, like, put this to the side, this, that, whatever. But just knowing that, like, you know, like later on down the line, when you look back, you be like, damn, I see how that could have crippled me in the long run. So,
nigga would have,
you know,
a lot of people though.
Yeah.
A lot, man, would have been hurt, man.
It's a fact. So
that blessing would have been a curse.
That's a fact. So for me, you know, I've been reading more and learning who I am. The only thing that I haven't like changed, just because it's my belief, is just, you know, the religion that I was brought up in. But even with that, I'm still open-minded enough to listen to other people and read and learn, because, you know, at the end of the day, we really don't know until we pass away and see what's really going on.
Until you know, until you die. I'm telling you, look, this is this other path, bro. This is beyond religion, because our brothers weren't in religion. They weren't involved in religion. And just go read this stuff in a different mind, in a spiritual mind, not a religious mind. Remember, Christianity didn't exist till after Jesus. So if you're looking at the Old Testament, I'm coming. If you're looking at, all right.
Is my car blocking the way?
If you're looking at the old joint, then, I mean, yeah, of course, you got the Jews came into the world, and then the Hebrews, and they were different paths. If people understood that, it might be able to be better, but these are different paths. Jews and Hebrews is really not the same shit. These, like I said, the people with the books and all that shit, but these people were going through spiritual experiences and realize, but that's the thing you gotta do on your own, and you get to a point where you, like, you say, a lot of people think that, and it do happen, but it do depend on the intent you add. In the Buddhist path, not the religion, the path the Buddha set. I don't know the religion. For the last few years, I've been involved with the teacher. You know what I mean?
Right.
So in that, you walk the path of death. You have to walk the path of death. You have to let that fear go, and to let that fear go, you spend a day, you spend time, you spend days dying. You die all day, everything. That could have killed me, I'm dead. You walk through the whole experience. You might even cry. You think how you did. You walk even to your funeral and all that shit. You walk through these things. And you lose that fear. You really lose that fear. Now the next part of it is the hardest part of it. Because now everybody you love gotta die. Everybody. Your mama gotta die, grandmommy, your kids. That's the hardest part. When you got your kid, when you doing these type of things. Yeah. Because this is type of shit that happen in life. Yeah. You can't control this shit. You don't want to get crippled or stuck somewhere because something outside of your control happened. Yeah. So you walk this way, and then you let that go, and there's nothing to do. Death is nothing. And you get to enjoy people while they're alive. You get to experience them in better ways. You get to really appreciate them, and you forgive them way quicker because you know you already seen them in that casket and you forgave everything they did in that moment. And everything they going to do.
Yeah, nah, that's a fact too.
You know what I mean? The path of religion cool for trying to get in the doors, but it don't have the thing to free you because, and I only say that by witnessing that there aren't too many people who have been freed through religion. Yeah. And by free, I mean just true liberation, just not being weighed down by the world, to be able to accept life as life. It's all life, bro. Whatever happens is life. If you lose your arm, laugh at that shit. That got to be the funniest shit to you because I never thought it'd be, I'm personally, but there's nothing really at this point because you don't know. And that's the beauty and joy of life. And then you realize when you get a relationship with the dead, you realize it's not an envy. You know, some of them may get, I don't know, I can't speak like that. But it's you putting yourself there and living. You get a moment where, I don't know how it happens, but you live outside your body for a second and you realize that this ain't it, this ain't just it. But when you realize that this experience is so unique that it's only here, that you ain't doing this nowhere else. Yeah. You ain't doing that. And that's what being a hungry ghost is, to be dead and walk this earth and not be able to taste those appetites. That's why the teachers say, all of them say, free yourselves of your appetites. Slaves obey your earthly masters. Slaves will obey their masters. Their masters is their appetite.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is up.
They don't hear you until it's time to fear you. Fuck with the Pope.
You got a body, but you broke. I don't even wanna holler, you a joke. Running around wanting smoke. Can't even buy a dime, yet afford to do the most. Niggas done up, ain't no hope. How the fuck a nigga blood, he protected by the lows. He disrespectful to the coast. On the set, he gotta go. It should be protocol, it's just my opinion. Niggas don't give a F when you winning. Long as you keep blessing them niggas. What the hell is this? Homie selling memberships. Niggas lineups would've been fooled. 550s to the big fools. I don't even know how they get juice. I don't even know when we switch rules. From the Pope, you gon' always get truth. That's why I got so many issues. Tell old boy, that's why I fucked on the sis too. Being petty cause I could. Shit fucked up when you set up by the hood. Had meetings about me. Niggas that I show love. Talked about trying to kill me in cold blood. Pussy tried to kill me on the real. That's ugly little dude. If it come to it, I do what I gotta do. I know how killing pussy feel. Pun intended. Fuck this friendship. Nah, fuck that friendship. Yo, big homie left a good life. He wanna be hood. You down to do life for your lives. You wanna be hood. Had to put that on the table. I just wanna be good. I ain't hating on you. Don't get it misunderstood. Propaganda like the Pope ain't do shit for the hood. But they been on some fuck boy shit. That buck boy shit. Not blood cuz shit. Blood clot shit. Where the fuck is the MCs? I can't knock this. Your sis size shirts or your pants rock shit. This hip hop pussy. You can't stop this. Get your man drop kicked as a fan. Not this. Come home with me though on some Cameron shit. Where you got your own style. You can't ride dick if your ass ain't shots, you cannot miss and you cannot diss if you can't write it. If fans don't respect it, you been fired. Daydreaming, part of my wish. Cream get the money long as you don't take shit off my dish, motherfucker.
You hear me? Tone Pope. I'm just grooving though, this shit ain't about nobody. I'm just watching the game. I'm just watching the streets, I'm just watching the culture. This ain't the fucking culture. This ain't us. I don't know who y'all niggas trying to be, I don't know where y'all trying to go. But this ain't it. Y'all fucking the game up. But the game been fucked up. So to my young niggas, pardon me for being a part of that fucked up shit that led you to where you at. Fuck with the Pope, it's time for truth. That bullshit out the way. Therapy, you hear me? This ain't nothing but therapy. You can cut this off. I'm just venting. Y'all my therapist. I watch these niggas fuck the game up. I watch niggas who wasn't meant to be what they trying to be. Become that, now they fucking confused and don't know what to do and where to go. But tell them no matter what, I don't judge. They can fuck with the Pope, you hear me? I set you back right, that's on everything. God bless, I love you.
Damn. Nephew, you finna fuck him up with this one, nephew. That ain't nothing but the fucking truth.